You're watching the Fox Report from America's news leader on cable, Fox News Channel. Police in Egypt say they're now holding 3 Americans for taking part in the violent protests that have uprooted the country for days now. The uprising against Egypt's military government has reportedly left at least 35 people dead. Just 9 months ago, protests sparked the downfall of the former Egyptian president, Hosni Mubarak. But now many demonstrators say the military leaders who replaced Hosni Mubarak have undermined their revolution. Let's get details now from the Fox Report's chief correspondent, Jonathan Hunt, who's here with us. And this has all the looks, at least, of another revolution. And
that's exactly what the protesters say they want, Shep. They feel that having ousted President Hosni Mubarak earlier this year, now what they're essentially getting is Mubarak 2.0 in the shape of the military leader who now essentially runs the country. So as you take a live look at Tahrir Square at just after 1 a.m. Tuesday in Cairo, the military now is under great pressure. Tens of thousands flooding into that square. The military leaders say they will now speed the process of handing over power to a civilian president by the end of June next year. That's simply not good enough for those protesters. They want the military leaders to hand over power immediately, and they say that they will stay in Tahrir Square, Shep, until that happens.
And the locals say close to 1 million there today. What about these 3 Americans who were said to be caught up in all of this?
Well, they were detained, according to the Egyptian police, because they were allegedly throwing firebombs from the roof of the American University Cairo campus, which overlooks Tahrir Square. The 3 were arrested. One of them had been tweeting in the run-up to their arrest. His name is Luke Gates, 21-year-old student. He's in the middle of the picture of the 3 you saw there. Among his tweets, he wrote on November 19th, "It's only scary because I feel so reckless." Later that same night, he wrote, "We were throwing rocks and one guy accidentally threw his phone." Then later, he wrote, "6 hours at Tahrir, enough tear gas for tonight." And then in his last tweet yesterday, he wrote, "Reports of tear gas being fired from American University Cairo campus on Tahrir. University officials have started investigating." Now, an American university spokeswoman has just said that those 3 were visited by a prosecutor and questioned today in the presence of an American embassy official. And we understand from the State Department, Shep, that officials are working for their freedom. They hope to see them again tomorrow.
Let's hope. Jonathan Hunt, thank you on the latest in Cairo. And as we mentioned there are troubles in Syria.